Alrighty, good morning. Here we are at Study Guide Cooldown 2.5. This video is pretty much the solution, the thought process to how the Cooldown 2.5 should be approached. When we get to the final, you will see that they're going to give you a graph of a polynomial, to be specific, of a cubic function. You will see there are three factors. And you will see there are three x-intercepts. And the question, and I'm reading it off the cooldown, this polynomial has been graphed incorrectly. Identify the error and how to fix the graph. We could think of it also, we could fix the equation. Instead of fixing the graph, we could fix the equation. However you wish to approach it, the idea is the same. So here's how we know that this is incorrect, because it already told us. Now we need to know why it's incorrect to begin with. So I would like to first of all point out that 0.75 can be rewritten as 3/4. That's going to be important. Now this horizontal intercept corresponds to the first factor. The second horizontal x-intercept corresponds to the second factor. And the third, let's call it a root or 0, it corresponds to the third factor, 4x plus 3. You can see that the -5, the -2, and the 3/4, this one's a little more muddled, are located inside the factors. So in order to know if these are correct or not, you need to remind yourself, well, this coordinate pair, -5, 0, -2, 0, and 3, 0, are the locations of these x-intercepts. And if I input this x value in here, it should give me a y value of 0. Because if you recall, coordinate pairs are always in the form x, y. So if I put this x into this factor, then I need to get y equals 0. And we're going to see right now that's not the case. So let's go ahead. We're going to ignore these two factors here and isolate the first one. And I'm going to substitute the given x value of -5 to see if we get a y value of 0. And the answer is no, we do not. So how do we get a y value of 0? Well, the trick here is to actually change the sign of the factor's value inside. So that's what I meant by changing the equation. So instead of redrawing this graph and whatnot, I'm actually going to change the equation. So allow me to erase this work here. I'm going to respectfully say this is wrong, but I'm going to rewrite the equation out. With the signs switched. So we got x plus 5, x plus 2. You notice I'm switching the signs from -5 to +5, -2 to +2, and 4x instead of +3, -3. Okay, this is a trick that will allow you to fix the equation so that it does match the graph. Now we're going to do the same thing we did a moment ago and see, does our equation work? Meaning, if I put the x value of this x-intercept into its corresponding factor, will it give me a y value of 0? Okay, -5. I'm going to replace this x with -5 because that's what we have here. Boom. That one works. We're in good shape. All right, now let's try the next one. So -2 plus 2 gives me 0. The same can be said of this one. I would just need to kind of make myself a little bit of space here. Maybe I can show it right here in this little space here. It's not gonna fit here. Okay. Purple. Okay, so let's say y equals 4x minus 3, but instead of x, we're gonna put in the actual x value of 3 over 4. And I know you're looking at this right now, you're all like, really? Multiplying a fraction? It's really simple. You know, the 4s, put the first 4 over 1. And let me scooch this over just a bit. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Okay. The 4s cancel. All that remains is 3 divided by 1, which is 3. Y equals 0. So it works for this one, and this one. So we're good. So instead of drawing a whole new graph, that is what it asked for, just to put that out there. What I did here is actually just change the equation. But if we did want to change the graph, that means that we would have to put this -5 at +5, the -2 at +2, and the +0.75 and -0.75. And it would appear something like this. So we got +5, +2, and -0.75. And then I'm guessing something like this. Okay. So either way we could have approached it, but the thing is, what you need to take away from this, after all that's said and done, is all you need to do to create this equation is change the sign from negative to positive, negative to positive, positive to negative, and you are good to go, okay? All right, let's continue with the questions that the document actually asked, beginning with the first one there. It asked, we get a y value of 0 when the factor x minus 5 has an x value of what? For that question, when the x value is pretty much going to give you a y value of 0, it needs to be its inverse, its opposite. So if this is already y equals x minus 5, you're going to need the opposite of -5 here at x. So that's going to have to be a +5. So let me go ahead and calculate that out. Because I can say it, but it helps more to see it, right? So I'm going to rewrite that equation again. So it's saying y equals 0 for this one right here when x equals 5. Okay. That's what it was trying to tell you. Now the next one, it says we get a y value of 0 when the factor x minus 2 has an x value of what? So this one, you get a y value of 0 if the x value is 2. Boom, there we go. The third one, we get a y value of 0 when the factor 4x plus 3 has an x value of what? And we just did that one, but we can do it here. Set it equal to 0, because it's saying you need to have a y value of 0. So we're going to solve for x so we can answer the question. So we subtracted 3 from both sides. We're going to divide both sides by 4. So when we get it, I'm just trying to fit it in here. So when we have an x value of -3 over 4, y will be 0. All right, bada bing, bada boom. And then at the end, it's asking you, what does the graph actually belong to? What equation? Well, that was kind of where we started off from. All right, that's it. So cool down 2.5, HAT is looking, in summary, HAT is looking at switching the signs of the x-intercepts to create our factors, therefore to create our equation. And then we had the option of putting in those x values into the respective factors to verify that they give us a y value of 0. And a little context behind that, remember that they're all supposed to give you a y value of 0, not just because I said so, but because by definition, x-intercepts all have a y value of 0. All right, good luck.